Good day, everyone. My name is Mr. Omo Godwin, and I am so excited once more to meet you on this learning platform. I trust you had a wonderful night. Also, in this pandemic, I want you to maintain top-notch hygiene and follow direction and instruction from our medical experts as it relates to hygiene. All right, this morning we'll be taking a lecture on the topic direct and indirect speech and the subject English grammar. Please, I would like for you to get your writing materials, your pen and your book. Put it by the side. So we're going to have an interesting time excuse me, today. If you're ready, I am very ready for you. So let's go. Direct speech. What is direct speech? Direct speech is a sentence in which the exact word, now this is very, very important for us to know, the exact words spoken, they are reproduced in speech marks. Very simple. So direct speech are words that are reproduced. Yep. Direct speech are words, exact word that are reproduced in speech mark. I have made it more easier for you. Now, three things are important. This one, this is 2, and here is 3. If you're going to learn what direct speech is, if you grab these 3 notations on the slide, you get it. Okay, what is it? It's a sentence in which the exact words are reproduced in speech mark. What are speech marks? This one that we have here, you can also see it over here. So everything that will be said will be inside my speech mark. We call it sometimes quotation mark. And that's because we are quoting what someone has said. In this case, the exact person or the original speaker. So direct speech is a sentence in which the exact word spoken are reproduced in speech mark, also known as quotation marks or inverted commas. All right. So let's move on. What are the examples of direct speech? Having said that, what are the examples of direct speech? We have some examples on the slide that we would like to consider this morning. These are words that are in quotes. Remember, look at this. This is my quotes here and a little one there. So when you have this and you have group of sentence in between them, it means you are quoting somebody, and it's an example of a direct speech. Now, look at it. You will never guess what I have just seen, said Jude. Jude said this thing excitedly. You will never guess what I have just seen, said Jude excitedly. That's an example. What's that? Folake asked Folake. What's that? Asked Folake. Now, these are the original speaker. I'm going to note them with a circle across. Okay. It was Jude that said it. Nobody reported the sentence. Nobody reported this word. It was what he said. Now, in this case, it was Folake that said, what's that? It's a direct speech. Remember? And remember also, it's in quotes or inverted commas. Our teacher has a broomstick and a black pointy hat in the back of her car. Maybe she is a witch. All right. Now that's also a direct speech. No, silly. They are for the school play, replied Victoria, sighing. She sighed and said, no, silly. They are for the school play. Now this is another direct speech here. And this is the original speaker here. These are examples of direct speech. In direct speech, what the speaker said exactly would be in quotation marks, or what we can call inverted comma. And that's what we are seeing here on the screen. So these are some examples. You can also have more examples. You can play around, and I always tell you guys, you can make it fun. Create more examples by yourself. So we have seen about 4 examples here. And Jude, Folake, and Victoria, they are the real speaker of these words. So we'll move on to the next one. What is indirect speech? Indirect speech is when the general point of what someone has said are reported. Now, look, important. Let's highlight the most important thing here. Indirect speech is when the general point, we can say the exact words of what someone has said. Someone said it. Remember the other time we said exact person, but in this case, it's not exact. Someone said. Someone said in this case, someone against exact. Report of someone has said, all right, without actually writing the speech out in full. Yep, without actually writing the speech out in full. It's sometimes called reported speech. So if you don't want to call it indirect speech, we can also call it reported speech. So don't get confused when you are told, please, can you give us the reported speech for this sentence? I'll say, oh, Mr. Momo didn't teach us. We are not taught. We only taught indirect speech. Direct and indirect speech. We also have indirect is also synonymous with reported. Indirect speech means the same thing as reported. You should get that now. They are the same thing. All right. So what is it all about? Indirect speech is when the general point of what someone has said are reported without actually writing the speech out in full. We're going to consider some examples here. And we say we can also call them reported speech because you are reporting what someone has said. Let's consider some examples. Examples of indirect speech. She asked me what my name was. Wow. She asked me what my name was. She asked me. What did she ask me? What my name was? I can. Okay, let's pick people from our class. It's gonna be fun. Who asked? Let's say Charles. Charles is now talking to. Charles is talking to Damien, and Charles said to Damien, "What is your name?" Now, if Damien is going to bring that up in reported speech, Damien will go to another friend and say, he asked me what my name was. That's the exact example that we have here. Is that clear? So she asked me what my name was. You can see Charles said, what is your name? But it has changed from that to what my name was. Now, these are indirect speech. He said he hasn't seen Mary. The direct speech is, oh, someone is reporting what someone has said. What must that person have said? What was it? I haven't seen Mary, said James. He said he hasn't seen Mary. Reported, that's indirect speech. My mother said that she never got up late. Another example. My mother said that she never got up late. He said that he had been sleeping when Mary called. Right now, all this from here 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are very simple example of indirect speech, what we can also say or refer to as reported speech. I hope you understood this. All right. So, for example, I can come up to the class and say, Charles, can you lend me your pencil? Okay, so we have seen those examples already. We'll go to the next slide now. Now, we have general rules of direct speech. There are rules to follow. You may be asking yourself and wondering, how am I going to know how to convert, for example, direct to indirect speech or direct to reported speech? There are rules to follow. There are rules to guide you, okay? Now, the first rule here, for direct speech, we have this. Each new character speech starts on a new line. What that means, if you have the first sentence, you cannot write the reported speech. You can't write the direct speech on the same line. It goes to the next line. So you cannot write it on the same line. It goes to the next. Speech is open with speech marks. What are speech marks? Who can tell me there? I'll just give you a quick 3 seconds. Yes, can you recall from previous slides? What are speech marks? Oh boy, you didn't get it. Let me bring it back. This. I said this. All right. We call them sometimes speech marks or inverted comma. Okay. I haven't said that these are gone. Each line of speech starts with a capital letter. So after you've written this, capital letter follows. For example, T, if you're going to write Tammy, name of someone in your speech mark. So the line of speech ends with a comma, yep, exclamation mark, or a question mark. This is rule 3. You end each speech with a comma, exclamation mark, or question mark. You remember this is your comma, exclamation mark, or your question mark. Yeah. A reporting clause is used at the end. For example, said Jane, shouted Paul. These are said Jane, shouted Paul, replied Mom. These are clauses that we can use. So a full stop goes after the reporting clause. That is also very important and handy for us. You end with a full stop after the reporting clause. So we are still going to explore that, and let's move forward. So when changing direct speech into indirect speech, we have to observe the following. Number 1, verb tenses usually shift back a tense into the past. Is goes to whereas. You know how we do our tenses. You observe your tenses. Very, very important. Your verb tenses, okay? The word order often needs no change. That means, yeah, it's telling you the way the word is arranged, the way they come in the text. Most times, you may not necessarily need to change it. You leave it that way when you are changing direct speech, okay? We'll say example, pronouns often need to change, okay? Examples of pronoun, how many of you remember? Alright, is handy, he, she, blah, blah, blah. Alright, beautiful. Words indicating place and times also need to change. Those are the rules that we'll observe. Then let's see. For me, you're going to do these interesting drills. After you're going to explore. I told you this platform is so interesting that we'll have a lot of fun while we are learning. I want you to change the following from direct to indirect speech. For example, we have I can speak perfect Spanish. I can speak perfect Spanish. Now, you have to change it. How many questions do we have here? I know my guys and my boys, my girls, they are ready. They are so eager. I have a wow question. You know what that means, boys? When I say I have a wow question, can you tell me my wow question number? Who is guessing right? Who is guessing right? Who is guessing right? I could swim when I was 4. This is my wow question. And in class, remember, we usually had a prize attached to wow question. So I want someone that's going to give me the wow question correctly. I can speak perfect Spanish. Number 1. Observe. I. There is no name here. Mr. Omo, why is this? Someone is already looking it like it's difficult. You can consult previous slide. You understand what that means for you. What is your name? She asked me. She asked me. What is your name? Remember we said that you have to change your tense's verb. In this sentence, there's something to change. Have I hinted you already? Okay. Alright, it's a giveaway though. But let's learn. It's fun, boys. I could swim when I was 4. I could swim when I was 4. She said I might come early. She said I might come early. Oh, I think I've seen something here. I'll give you guys 2 wow questions. This is another wow question. My boys and girls, they know what this means. So this is wow question for you guys. So it's going to be interesting. Put on your thinking cap, consult the previous slide, and let's get ready to explore. I trust you are going to have a wonderful time doing this. Remember, we've talked about direct and indirect speech, okay? And we've given the rules, how we can convert them. And we've given examples of some direct speech. Please stay safe, wash your hands, keep your hygiene in top gear, and if you don't need to go outside, trust me, please don't go outside for the safety of your own health and the people around you. From me to you, it's bye-bye and have a wonderful day. Thank you.